Hey friends, it's Shereé, and in today's video, I'm going to be sharing a lot of things with you. But first, if you're new to my channel, welcome. And if you're a returning person, thank you so much for your continued support. All right, let's get into it. I am so excited to do this video. If you haven't watched any of my sewing catch-up videos before in the past, let me give you a little setup on what's going to happen in this video. So generally, I like to share with you the things that I'm working on, the things that I'm planning to work on, things that I've purchased, life updates, unboxings. There's lots of things that I like to share with you, all surrounding my craft. So if you're interested in that type of content, please keep watching. Don't forget to hit subscribe and like on this video. And let's get started by first me sharing with you some of the things that I won in giveaways. Now, I enter giveaways all the time, and it is very rare if I ever win anything, but this time I won 3 prizes and I feel really excited about it. And I want to encourage you to enter a giveaway. I know sometimes, you think, oh, I probably won't win, so you don't bother. But one of the reasons why I enter giveaways is because a lot of times people are celebrating milestones in their businesses, in their hobbies, in their life. And one of the ways they like to celebrate those milestones is by doing a giveaway. So in entering, not only are you possibly going to win something, but you're also showing the person who's put together the giveaway that you support their channel or you support their Instagram page and whatever milestone that they're celebrating. So that's what happened with me, is that I entered some giveaways to support people that I admire in the sewing community, and I actually won. So it's kind of cool. So the first thing that I won was actually some thread, and it was from Kichi B Styles, and it is the Metler thread. It's a nice polyester thread set and has some gorgeous, gorgeous colors. I'm testing out a new camera today, so I hope that it looks nice and clear for you. I also want to mention that I'm wearing my glasses. I don't usually wear my glasses in my videos because I know that sometimes the reflection from the window bounces back off my lenses and you can see what's happening on the other side of the camera. So please forgive any colors or reflections in my glasses. But anyway, I entered this giveaway and I'm so excited to try this thread. I've always wanted to try this thread before, and I've heard lots of really wonderful things. So I'm definitely going to be using this to make some beautiful garments this summer and also for the fall. Look at these gorgeous colors. Really beautiful colors, and as you know, I love all the colors in the rainbow, so I cannot wait to sew using all of these wonderful Metler threads. The next giveaway that I entered was for House of Mami Wata. CJ was celebrating another year in her business, and so I wanted to show my support, and what she asked people to do is place an order, and then you were entered into a drawing for the giveaway. So I didn't win one of the bigger prizes, but I did win a nice $50 gift certificate to use towards purchasing items in her store, and that was perfect for me because, as you know, I'm absolutely obsessed with Ankara fabric, and that is her specialty. And so I went ahead and placed an order using my gift certificate with House of Mami Wata, and she sent me some really beautiful pieces. And so the first thing that I received is this gorgeous, gorgeous print, and I'm so excited to use this. This is a 6-yard bundle of Ankara fabric, and as you know, Ankara fabric is 100% wax print fabric. It's beautiful and it's got so many wonderful colors. It's going to be so great for year-round because of all the colors in this guy. So gorgeous. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I have some really fun plans for this, which I'll talk about later in the video. But this one is definitely a very unique print. I haven't seen anything like it. And so I am eager to make something that is standout gorgeous that no one else in the world will be wearing. The next item that I picked was 2 yards of this awesome fabric, which has already been cut into a garment. So that's why it's shaped like this, but it's a beautiful leaf print, and it's got some amazing orange, pink, purple, green, black, and tan in it. And what this will be is a pair of elastic waist wide leg pants, which I plan to pair with a linen button-up top. So I absolutely love this fabric. It's so beautiful, and after I washed it up, it was just so nice and smooth and soft. So I'm really excited to make these pants. They're going to be fantastic for this summer, but I imagine I'll be wearing them all year round. Such a nice fabric. Beautiful. And I have to say that all of the pieces that I have purchased from House of Mami Wata have been standout, gorgeous, top of the line Ankara fabrics. I'm obsessed with every piece that I've ever purchased. So I'm really excited to work on that, and I'll talk about which pants those are going to be later in the video. Now the last giveaway that I won, I haven't actually received the item yet, but I'm excited about it. I entered into the giveaway for the celebration of 5,000 subscribers for So Very Joe on Instagram. Now So Very Joe also has a YouTube channel. I don't think that she's uploaded any content on YouTube in a while, but she does have some videos that you can absolutely support her and go check her out. But on Instagram, she hit 5,000 subscribers or followers, and I am so excited for her. That is such a wonderful milestone. Myself personally, I'm nowhere near that number in followers on Instagram, and I just find that very exciting, and I admire her hard work and dedication and all the fun content that she's been posting on her Instagram. I definitely get lots of inspiration by seeing what she's working on, and if you're not following her, I highly encourage that you go check her out. So that's So Very Joe, and I'll put her name on the screen so that you can look her up and you can follow her as well. So she did a giveaway to celebrate 5,000 subscribers or followers. I keep saying subscribers because I'm a YouTube person, but 5,000 followers. And the giveaway was for a mini Olissa, I believe that's how you say it, iron with a little heat ironing pad. So I'm really excited. Lots of people in the sewing community use this brand of iron and they swear by it. So I'm really excited to see what the hype is all about. And it's definitely something that I would have debated about purchasing for myself because I already have a nice iron. I couldn't justify the expense. I know that Mimi G has a model of this brand of iron, and it's so beautiful, and I've heard lots of really wonderful things about it. But again, like I said, there was just no reason for me to actually spend the money on the iron since I have an iron. But I won one, and I'm really excited to see what the hype is all about. And because it's mini, I can use it on smaller spaces rather than having to pull out my big ironing board. So I'm really excited. Again, congratulations, So Very Joe. I'm very proud of you, and I hope to be where you are sometime soon. So keep up the good work. All right, so those were the 3 giveaways that I won, and I'm so excited about the new items that I have added to my sewing room. So again, if you ever see a giveaway on Instagram or YouTube and you think, oh, that's so cool, but they won't pick me, drop that way of thinking and go ahead and enter that giveaway. Not only could you actually win, but you're also supporting the person who's put the giveaway together. So please do that moving forward. All right, let's transition into talking about patterns, okay? Now, I purchased a pattern, but also I purchased a book with sewing books. I actually have sewing books that I've shared on my channel and sewing books that I have never got around to sharing on my channel, which I need to totally bring out. But part of the reason why I haven't shared them yet is because I haven't had the opportunity to sew up any of those garments in those books. I've read the techniques, I've tried some of the techniques, I'm loving the books themselves. But with books and sewing, it's so hard because you have to trace off your pattern pieces and then you have to cut them and then do the sewing. And sometimes these patterns that come in books are layered, and it's really hard for my brain to trace out layered patterns. It always happens that there's a fail or two. And if you've been following me for a long time, you know that I was completely obsessed with the Tilly and the Buttons books, and I've sewn pretty much most of those patterns more than once in both of the 2 books that I purchased by Tilly and the Buttons. And that was one of the things that I hated the most, was tracing off the patterns and then cutting them out and then, you know, going on with the sewing. The tracing out is so much work. It just really is. But I do find that a lot of pattern books that have been coming out recently have the option to print PDFs. And so the book that I purchased, I actually pre-ordered it back in April, I believe, and got it in June. And I was so thrilled about it because I had been itching for this book to arrive. And this is the Mimi G Ford book, and it's Make It Yours with Mimi G, a sewist guide to a custom wardrobe. I have supported Mimi G ever since I started sewing, and I get so excited to see all the things that she comes out with. But her writing her own book was probably one of the coolest things I've seen in a long time. So I'm really proud of her, and it's very encouraging for me and a lot of other sewists in the sewing community. So one of the things that I really love about this book, as you can see, I've already started working, okay? One of the things that I love about this book is that there's wonderful hacking options in the book. So it teaches you how to take a basic pattern and change it into something else. And if you are someone like myself who is self-taught when it comes to sewing and you don't know anything about pattern drafting or hacking patterns, I've done some hacking, but there's some really cool ideas in here that I hadn't thought of. Then you can appreciate a book like this that will walk you through the steps of taking a pattern you already own and transforming it into something else. I really love that about this book, and I've already started tracing out patterns and hacking them. So far I've traced out the t-shirt and I've hacked a couple of different versions of the t-shirt, hoping to sew these up for summer so that I can be extra cute and unique in my new t-shirts. But there's lots of things in this book that I plan to make. And as you can see right on the front, she's wearing this really cool duster / kimono looking cover. And I am actually going to make something like that using this gorgeous fabric. And I think that I'm going to line it in a red satin so that it's actually soft on the skin and a bit warmer so that I can wear it into fall. So that is one of my plans that I plan to sew up from this book. But there's lots of different options for hacking, and there's some really great base patterns in here. I could be wrong, but I want to say there's a total of 7 patterns in here that can be hacked, and she gave over 100 looks to give you some inspiration on things that you can create using the base patterns in this book, which I think is such a genius idea. So I'm going to insert a little clip that I created for Instagram when I received this book into this video so that you can kind of see what the inside of the book looks like, because as you can see, I've got so many things already like traced out and stacked inside this book that I need to actually move somewhere else so it's not looking so messy. But yeah, I don't want to start flipping through this book and lose some of my stuff that I've worked on. So what I plan to do on my vacation, since I won't be taking my sewing machine on my vacation, is I'm going to take this book, my tracing paper, pencils, highlighters, and all of that, and I'm going to be tracing off some patterns in here. Now you can absolutely print the PDF versions of the patterns in here. So I have done that for one of them, but I think I may just go ahead and trace off some pages. I think I may actually go ahead and trace off the rest of the patterns in the book just because I have so much tracing paper. So that'll be a fun summer vacation project. And I'm excited about this book. I think it's really well written and that you might actually enjoy it as well. So maybe check it out. The next pattern that I picked up that I'm really excited about is a swimsuit pattern. I recently had an epic swimsuit fail. Oh, it was so bad. I have not recovered yet from this. I'll talk about that a little later, but I didn't want to completely lose my confidence in sewing swimwear because I did make some wonderful swimsuits last summer and I don't want to give up on myself, but it definitely was one of those sewing fails where I really stopped to myself and I'm like, why am I sewing swimwear? Just buy it. And then I reminded myself that I don't have a lot of good luck when it comes to purchasing swimwear. So rather than completely giving up, I thought, let's try a different type of swimsuit. And so I picked up the Sandpiper swimsuit by Helen's Closet, and it's actually printing right now, so I don't have the big picture to share with you. I will show you the line drawings on the page that has already printed, and then I'll also insert a picture on the screen from the website so that you can see what it looks like. But it is a 2-piece with different variations, and I want to do the most full coverage version, so the high-waisted bottoms with the top that has the band across the bottom. I think it's going to be extra secure for my breast, keep me nice and locked in, and I won't have to worry about, you know, jumping, running, and falling out. So it also doesn't require as much elastic as some of the other swimsuit patterns that I have in my stash. I wasted a ton of swimwear elastic failing on that swimsuit that I made. So I definitely didn't want to buy any more swim elastic, and I wanted to use what I have left from the amount that I purchased before. So I will be working on the Sandpiper swimsuit hopefully in the next couple of weeks. Fingers crossed it comes out good. I could use the support, friends. If you've made this pattern, please comment below and let me know what you thought about the pattern. Did you enjoy it? Will you sew it again? Do you have any recommendations or suggestions for making sure that this goes smoothly? All right, so those are the patterns that I picked up. I want to show you something cool that I picked up at Target last night, and It was one of those Target runs that literally I went for one thing and I left with a cart full of things. It's almost always like that with Target, which is why I typically don't like to leave my house, because leaving my house is expensive, okay? I will leave for an hour of 30 minutes and have dropped like $40 to $100 very easily by one stop. And it could be Walgreens, it could be Safeway, it could be Target, and Target gets me every time. I literally went for one thing and came home with stuff for my kids, stuff for my husband, stuff for myself. It was a mess. All I wanted was an SD card for my camera, dude, and I lost so much money. Anyway, this is really cool and I'm happy I spent my money on it, but I was running out of storage for my patterns. Now, if you look at the top of the screen, you'll be able to see that up top I have a couple of baskets here, and I don't know if you can see them on this side, but they are baskets that house patterns. I also have some clear bins that hold patterns as well. As a matter of fact, you can see right here, there's a clear bin that has some patterns in it. So on my shelf by my embroidery machine, I just had these stacked up all messy. I accidentally walked down the home organization section of Target and I found these cubes and they're amazing. So these are stackable cubes. You see that? And they are quite large. They are large enough to house 2 rows of patterns. And then down here I have some PDF patterns that I recently sewed that don't fit in my dream cart because I've loaded my dream cart with sewing patterns. So these are the things that I've most recently sewed. Right on top, ready for me to do pattern reviews on. Those are coming, friends, I promise. So I like this. I like having a working bin of the patterns that I'm working on now, plus some more storage for patterns that I've purchased. So my hope is to switch out the patterns that are on display by season. So during the summer, I'll have all my summer patterns on display. And then when fall comes, I'll switch these to the bins that are less noticeable. You can't really tell what's inside of them. And then I'll put the current season worth of patterns in the clear bins so that they're on display and I'm encouraged to actually sew them. So this is really cool and it houses a ton of patterns. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Okay, so 32 rows of 32 patterns in one of these cubes. That's amazing. Hopefully you're not a pattern hoarder like myself and you don't have to worry about pattern storage, but if you are, this is for you, boo. This is for you. And these are the Bright Room stackable bins. They're 12 inches in length by 12 width and then 8 in height. They are perfect for patterns. So check them out. And I want to say it was 2 for $24, which is fantastic. All right. The next thing that I want to share with you is I'll just go ahead and talk about my failed swimsuit. Friends, this was devastating for me because the pattern itself looked like it would be so simple. It is Butterick B5526, and this is what the pattern looks like. I sewed view C. I will not be putting this on my body to show you because it hurts my feelings, okay? But I will show you what it looks like by holding it up. Several issues with this pattern that caused some serious disappointment. One of which being that you have to create really narrow channels in order to feed elastic into the neckband, which goes all around to the back. And when I inserted the elastic, it bunched really weird. I don't know if you can see this. Initially, the suggested measurement for the channel was too tight. So tight that my safety pin kept getting stuck, and then as I'm trying to pull it through, I broke the elastic twice. So the pin came completely snapped off of the elastic, and so I had to fish out the elastic twice and start over. And so I decided, to heck with this, I'm gonna unpick the stitching and create a bigger channel, thinking that would solve the problem. Well, I did that, and as you can see, it's very wavy and unattractive. And I thought, okay, well, when I put it on that body, it will stretch and it won't be like that. It was still like that, friends. It was still like that. It just isn't quite as bad. So with the armholes, you fold the fabric down and stitch it to create a casing. The elastic went in a lot smoother doing that. It still looks terrible, right? It looks really bad. And This swimsuit was extremely oversized. Like, I followed the size measurement recommendations and it was still at least 2 sizes too big, which is wild. I haven't had that situation happen to me with swimwear before. So that really threw me for a loop, Butterick. I don't know what happened there. So I ended up taking in the swimsuit on the sides before attaching the lining to the main body of the swimsuit. So I took it in by a couple of inches on each side down to the hips on both sides of the swimsuit. And then when I put the swimsuit on after it was completed, the bottom half was so big. It's like loosey-goosey on the booty. It's bad. It looks so bad. It looks so bad. Baggy and loose. Even with the elastic, I tightened the elastic and it just looks like I'm wearing a saggy diaper. So I'm really sad because I was in love with this fabric. It's gorgeous. And so I probably won't throw this away, although everything in my body wants to chuck it and never look at it again. I won't throw it away because I really love this fabric, and I'm going to see if there's any way at all that I can fix this when I'm not so mad at it. And I don't know. I just don't know. It's just an ill-fitting swimsuit. It's supposed to be a full covered bottom, which is what got me excited about this swimsuit. It also has a built-in bra. And based off of the elastic that I chose, it didn't give the best support for me. So this is what the elastic looks like. It just wasn't the best support. And so I would never be able to confidently jump in this swimsuit. I do, however, have these little cups that I purchased from Wawak. These are a triple D low cut bra cup that are okay for swimwear. And so I may stitch that in the cups just to give it a bit more support and at least some nipple coverage, so even if my nipples aren't facing the right direction, no one can tell. TMI, guys. I'm sorry. You know I'm gonna keep it real with you, okay? We need some swimsuits with some good support if we're busty, right? So this swimsuit was a no-go. It was garbage for me. Now someone else might have a really wonderful experience sewing this swimsuit. I just, however, did not. It would have been so cute because of the coverage that it has. I just would have felt like it was very flattering, and I just don't know. There was just one fail after another with this guy, and it was probably the hardest swimsuit that I've ever made. And I've made some complicated swimsuits, so pretty disappointed with this guy. So we all have sewing fails, and I just have to get over this and not let it stop me. All right, let's talk about my sewing plans. So I mentioned a minute ago that I would be making some Ankara white leg pants using a pattern in my stash. And so I've already shared this pattern on my channel. As a matter of fact, I shared it last week when I made some shorts, but this time I'll be making pants. This is McCall's M8057, and I'll be making these white leg pants here. This pattern is very easy. It only has 3 pattern pieces. You have a front leg, a back leg, and a pocket, and then you fold the top down to create a waistband and insert some elastic. Super, super easy. Now, when I've made my shorts, I did the 3 channels of elastic that is recommended on or suggested on the pattern. But this time around, I'm going to just use 1.5 inch wide elastic and then stitch rows on top of it so that it looks like rows of elastic, but I'm not actually inserting 3 rows of thin elastic. I think that'll be more comfortable and also be a quicker sew. So that's what these pants are, and I think they're gonna be fantastic. So again, this is my fabric from House of Mami Wata, and the hope is that I make an oversized button-up linen top the same color as this here. I ordered the fabric. It should be here today. Fingers crossed that that happens. The other thing that I plan to work on this week is I have cut the Nomi Patterns ME2033. I cut this version here, and it's all ready to go. So this is what I think I'll be working on this weekend. And I cut it out of this really gorgeous, it's like a burnt orange or cayenne orange. And then I'm going to use a contrasting color, which is this berry color. So that's what it'll look like. So hopefully that turns out nicely. I know the pants will be extra cute, and I'll be able to pair it with lots of different things in my wardrobe. I'm slightly concerned about the top because I did not do a full bust adjustment. Looking at the pattern pieces, I can see where the adjustment can be made, but I did want to test out the pattern as it is to see if I could avoid having to do a full bust adjustment. I do have enough fabric left over though to make another version if the version that I cut out does not fit. And so I did cut a size 16 for both the top and the bottom. I'm really excited to sew this up. And again, my fabric is linen. I'm not sure if I said that. This is fabric that I actually shared in a previous video. So you had seen this fabric before and you did see me say I want to make this, but now it's actually happening, friends. And once I'm done with it, the hope is to go ahead and share a pattern review. So that is what I'm working on, and I have it housed in this cute little $3 pink bin that I got from Target yesterday. And so I have project bags that I have, and I have them filled and stacked and sorted and then in the order of which I want to make the items. But I also wanted to have some slidable baskets that I can put right on my table, and it's like, okay, I'm done with this next, and slide the next project over. So it's for $3. I mean, I can always use some storage bins. So even if I decide this doesn't work for me and I just want to use project bags, that's okay. I can always find a use for some project baskets, put other things in them. So that's what's happening in the sewing room this weekend. I have another secret project that I hope to film in one of these baskets. You'll see it soon, hopefully, but lots of plans for sewing. So those things in addition to hopefully a swimsuit. So it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. I'm staying nice and busy. Let's transition to talking about my IndieStitch subscription unboxing. Now, usually I do a dedicated video for my IndieStitch unboxings. However, I think I'd like to return to including this unboxing in my sewing catch-up video. And if you haven't heard of IndieStitch before, IndieStitch is a monthly sewing subscription service where you receive a garment pattern, all the notions that you need to complete that sewing pattern, as well as some additional sewing goodies. And if you are a person that likes to be surprised by new fabric or new patterns every month, this may be a wonderful subscription for you. Now, this month's box came in a smaller box than usual, and I am eager to get this sewn up. It is actually a smaller project, which is really great, especially since I have so many other plans. I'll be able to whip this up quickly. I've already washed the fabric and it's ready to go. But when you open your box, the first thing that you find on top is an information card, and it shares with you what pattern is in the box. And for this month, it is the Double Take Tank by Winterwear Designs. And on this card, you have instructions for how to access the PDF version of the pattern, as well as the instructions. And it also has a QR code where you can scan it with your phone or your device, and it takes you directly to a sew along. So that's really, really nice. I've already washed the fabric for this box and it's ready to go. This is a Mr. Domestic cotton fabric print. I think this is really gorgeous, and it's going to make the perfect tank top. It is 2 yards of fabric and it is 100% cotton. So that's the fabric. We talked about the pattern. Also included in the box is the thread that matches the fabric, as well as 2 sewing needles. And next in the box are a couple of goodies. I'm really excited about one of these, but the first one is a magnetic seam guide, and I actually recently shared these type of tools in one of my videos where I shared all of my favorite sewing tools, and this is one of them. And so basically you mark your seam allowance on your sewing machine, and you put this on top of that area where your seam allowance should be, and it just magnetically sticks to your sewing machine, and it helps you to stay within your seam allowance as you sew. Really cute. This one's actually smaller than the one that I have, so it's nice and compact. And then it also came with a sewing machine seam guide. And as you can see, there are little holes in this ruler that you stick your needle down into to help you measure out the seam allowance. So you can use this to find out where your seam allowance should be, because not all sewing machines have numbers that tell you what the measurement is for those lines. And then you can plop this right where it needs to go based off of your placement. So this is a really nice combo of tools to receive in a sewing subscription. There's also this really cute IndieStitch pen, and it's a sewing machine. I think these are so cute, and I have a few other pins that I really like that I think I'm going to be pinning to my bomber jacket. But I think this is a really cute sewing pin, and it's a little sewing machine. Very nice. I love that. And so this is what the pattern looks like. And one of the things I love about this pattern so far is that all of the sizes are in different colors. I love when that happens because it's so much easier to find your size and cut out the right size. So again, it comes with a printed pattern. You just have to go online to receive the instructions for the pattern. And if you'd like to download a copy of the pattern onto your computer or your device, you can do that using the information on this little card. So this was a really good box, and it's actually a small project with this, which is excellent. I have so many sewing plans, but because this is a small project, I think I might be able to squeeze this in before my vacation, and having a nice cotton tank top is going to be wonderful. If you enjoyed seeing what I received in my IndieStitch box and you'd like to see some other IndieStitch unboxings, do check the playlist that is in the information section of this video, where you can see previous videos that I have shared, and maybe that'll encourage you to check out IndieStitch. And if you'd like to subscribe or sign up with IndieStitch, there will be a link to sign up for IndieStitch in the information section below. Well, that's all, friends. I hope you enjoyed hearing about the things that I'm working on, the things that I have made, seeing some of the things that I purchased, and also my unboxing. If you enjoyed this video, please do give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe to my channel. And also make sure that you return to my channel to check out my Elevate with Ankara sewing series. We recently posted our videos where we shared the next garment in the series, and pretty soon we are going to be posting the reveal for the garment that we made. So I'd love for you to check that video out so that you can see what I made and what I think about those patterns. I hope you have a fantastic day, a wonderful week, and the most amazing summer. Talk to you soon. Bye.